So Tracy had a conflict this evening, so we will have, Jasmine is still understudying as our secretary, and Bea will be serving as the secretary this evening. So between the two of them, we're going to run the show. And yeah, we just have 1 minute or partial minute, and we'll be good to go.
All righty, it is 6 p.m. Date is Monday, November 13th, 2023. And I'm Kathy Sizemore, Chair of the Temecula Community Services Commission, and I'm calling tonight's meeting to order. Let's begin with our flag salute, led by our Vice Chair, Gary Oddie.
Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Gary. We will have our acting commission secretary, Bea Barnett, take our roll call attendance tonight.
Thank you. Roll call, Commissioner Castro.
Here.
Commissioner Hawks.
Here.
Commissioner Kingsburg.
Here.
Vice Chair Audie.
Here.
Chairperson Sizemore.
Here.
All present. Thank you.
Thank you, Bea. And welcome, Jasmine. We're happy to have you again with us this month. All righty. Do we have any public comments, Bea?
We have no public comments tonight, Chair.
All right, thank you. Then we will dispense with the reading of the minute, or of the directions for public comment, which takes us straight to our division reports. We'll begin with our Recreation Division report, and we have Brittany here with us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Good evening. Thank you, Commissioner. It's a pleasure to be here. As you said, I am Brittany Say. I am a community service assistant for the rentals team. So let's begin with an update on aquatics. In anticipation for the new pool at the Margarita Rec Center, our aquatics team is currently recruiting for lifeguards. The team and our regular patrons are looking forward to the opening of the new pool. The splash pad did close last month and will reopen in March for the spring season. Next slide, please. Our aquatics team continues to refresh their skills in CPR and AED, as well as practicing their emergency action plans. Contract classes. During the month of October, our department offered 372 classes, which impacted over 6,000 participants. Some of the classes included music for toddlers, watercolor painted, basketball skills, and yoga. CRC. Just like the aquatics, the CRC staff is also staying updated on their CPR and AED training. They have also added some new additions to their lobby to making it more welcoming. Mark your calendars for the Scooter Jam on Saturday, November 18th. This event includes fun giveaways, music, and refreshments for participants under 17 years old. During the month of October, teens at the Teen Zone enjoyed cooking mummy dogs, caramel apples, and brownies. They also participated in a skeleton scavenger hunt, painted monsters pumpkins, made witch hats, and more. The CRC also hosted Wacky Wednesdays on October 25th. All teens in attendance enjoyed watching Halloween Town as part of the movie night. In October, SWAG conducted 2 clients to Victory Outreach Recovery Home and reunited a 3rd client with their aunts. Our street exits for the month is 10, bringing us to a total of 77 for the year. Earlier in the month, the Homeless Outreach team attended a roundtable meeting hosted by Regional Homeless Alliance. Our staff also hosted their own in-reach event at the Temecula Resource Center. During one of the outreach days, staff was joined by Temecula Valley Hospital residents. Thank you. The library had almost 19,000 visitors during the month of October. They hosted their standard preschool story times and school-age programs, as well as a Halloween Town Bootacular. That display included Banned Booked Week, Hispanic Heritage Month, and Treat Yourself to Spooky Reads. Speaking of the library, our park staff renovated the fountain in the garden. They also painted 6 new trees throughout the city as part of the Remembrance Tree program. Lastly, they hosted a reopening for the harbor-themed playground at Red Hawk Community Park. Many of sports leagues have completed their fall season. However, baseball remains busy with several upcoming tournaments. We are also in the process of tryouts for the local youth basketball leagues. The fields and hockey's rink maintain at full capacity for our rental groups. The events team celebrated Halloween with the annual carnival and bike tour. Thanks to Chair Sizemore and Commissioner Castro for participating as judges for the costume contest. During October, we had a combined total of 31 rentals at the TCC and picnic shelters. Mark your calendars for the Christmas tree lighting and Santa's electric light parade. The theater hosted 2,500 patrons throughout the month of the Temecula Presents and theater company performances, which included shows such as Van Helen and Catch Me If You Can. The Merc saw an increase in their country jazz and classical series. Although Speakeasy at the Merc had a lower attendance this month, stand-up comedy and Brazilian Latin jazz has sold out shows. This brought us to a total of 1,060 patrons in the 16 separate performances. This concludes the first section of our report, and we're happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you for being here with us tonight and sharing that report with us. It's a pleasure to have you here with us.
My pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and take questions from our commissioners, and we will start with Commissioner Castro.
Hello. Thank you for the report. That was very good. What is Banned Book Week?
So Banned Book Week is celebrated nationwide, and I can't remember how many years, but a very long time. And it started as an attempt to draw attention to titles which had been banned. And so it basically looks at the most banned titles in the country over the previous year, and then they'll put some of those titles on display. I'm glad you asked, because this year there was a lot of controversy, because a number of the books that made the top probably 10 most banned books were young adult titles that related to LGBTQ issues. For our library's display, they stuck with the classic banned books like Catcher in the Rye. I'd have to look up the whole list, but they were all classics of American literature, Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse-Five. There were a number of other titles. None of them were any of the recent, more controversial titles or young adult titles.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Castro. And Commissioner Kingsburg.
Thank you, Brittany, for the report. Nice to see you again. I've seen you now twice in 3 days, and nice to see you. I hadn't seen her in a long time. That's why I mentioned that. Been months and months, and then I've seen her twice in 3 days. Anyway, no questions really, just a few thoughts. Again, the classes, the participation seems quite robust. 6,400, that's amazing. I'm pleased also to hear about the continued success on the street exits, especially as we get into the cooler weather. I mean, it's always an important thing. And I was fortunate enough to be able to get over to the Red Hawk Park for the community park for the reopening. And just a comment, they did a great job over there. And It's really seems like a hidden gem over there. I've driven by that park quite a few times, more times than I can count, and now I know where it is. It's a very hard right off of Margarita there. But once you get back there, it's very spacious and nice green belt. I really enjoyed the picture of our fellow commissioners in costume for the contest. So thank you, Chair Sizemore and Commissioner Castro. And great to see all the theater stuff. I was able to attend the Van Halen on October 6th and enjoyed that. So I always enjoy the shows at the theater. So again, great job with everything we offer. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Hawks.
Thank you, Brittany, for the report. I have a couple of questions. The first is, what is the Speak Easy? If you can explain a little. And the second is, you talk about for aquatics, we're hiring now. Is that for next summer?
I'll answer the speakeasy question. We have different Merc series, smaller cabaret space. The Speakeasy group is actually the secondhand brass band that initiated Speakeasy at the Merc. So they sing jazz standards from the 20s, the 30s. Sometimes they're in costume. They have special groups and then a house band. But it originated from a pit band that was playing at one of the shows in the theater. And they had so much fun playing together, they didn't want it to end. So they initiated this monthly performance with their band at Speakeasy. So it's been going on for about 10 years now.
Okay, thank you. I thought so it's not a stand-up comedy.
We have stand-up comedy, and then we have Speakeasy. I thought you were asking about Speakeasy.
Right.
Stand-up
Okay.
comedy initiated a long time ago with a separate group, and this is a new group that's bringing in more known comedians instead of up-and-coming. They're more established.
Thank you.
And then regarding your question with aquatic staffing, so they have 2 full-time benefited positions that are currently being recruited for the opening of the MRC to manage the aquatics
Okay.
program at that facility. And then they may actually have, does anybody know if they have any lifeguard positions open currently? Typically, we open those summer positions later
Right.
in the year, but then we also do have lifeguards that work year-round. So usually the plan is they open the recruitment early spring, late winter, recruit for the summer, and then at the end of summer, they retain some of those lifeguards to stay through the winter. But occasionally, if there's a shortage, they can open that recruitment at other times of the year as well.
Okay, thank you. Last question is, last Wednesday I was here for the mural unveil, and on the way here I saw 4 or 5 homeless just around this area. And I'm happy to see the number you reported to exhibit last month. And one of them, I recognize him throughout town. I've seen him walking around different area. I'm just wondering is there anything else have been done for individuals like that just wandering around in town?
So we have a daily homeless outreach program, Monday through Friday. We have 2 full-time staff, 1 part-time staff, and then 4 full-time contract social workers that spend every day, Monday through Friday, going around town making contact with people. If you see somebody more than once, there's very good chance that staff has made contact with them already. But unfortunately, we can't force anyone to take help or to accept resources. And if someone is not committing a crime, being homeless itself is not a crime. So there's not always a lot we can do for people who are maybe in that space where they're not yet ready to accept resources.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Hawks. Vice Chair Audi?
Thanks, Brittany. Great report. Great to see you. I mean, if the pattern continues, I'll probably see you a couple times, like Mr. Kingsford. I only had a question on MRC again. So is there an opening date since they're recruiting lifeguards?
Yes, we will be having our ribbon cutting on December 14th. Yes, December 14th. At what time? 10 a.m. Perfect. That's why we always have
fast.
multiple events people here. However, we won't be opening the building to the public until January.
That's not so fast. But okay,
Yes.
no, but that's still fast. That is
Unfortunately, yes.
Really, really fast.
So that will be the ribbon cutting will be our formal, acknowledgement of the building opening, and we'll cut a ribbon, we'll have a celebration, it will be lovely. And then we'll be opening to the public in January. And then early next year, we plan on having sort of a grand opening, open house for the community. Once we have all of our operations up and running, we'll be opening the doors and inviting everyone in the community to come in and get to know their new community center. And you might not be aware, but Willa has recently accepted a position working at the MRC. So she has transitioned from our special events team, and she will be working at the MRC. So is there anything you wanted to add, Willa?
I'm going to talk about that in my speech later.
Oh, perfect.
Can't wait.
Thank you. All right, I'll give my comments. I wanted to share Commissioner Kingsburg's comments on Red Hawk Park. I never knew it was there before either. I thought it was just a dog park. I wish I had known earlier because my kids would have loved to play there. There's so much greenery, and they could have seen the dogs. They would have totally loved that. And I wanted to announce something. I won a drawing. My husband and I won a drawing at a security conference last week, and we won our very own set of balls and paddles for pickleball. So I was kind of like, yay, but I am excited. I got my course catalog in the mail, and I pulled that out, and I'm like, I'm sure we're going to have some pickleball classes in here, and sure enough, there's a beginning pickleball class. It's at 5 p.m. in January, so we're going to wait until like March. In March, we'll play pickleball. So it makes me happy to know that I thought, I want to learn how to play pickleball. Of course, the city's going to have a class. So I'm real thankful that we have the amount of classes that we have, the variety.
Thank
that
you.
Anything I want to do, I could look up and,
Yeah, and then that new brochure just went out, so all residents should be getting that in the mail if they haven't already. And Brett, who is our pickleball instructor, has gotten rave reviews in the last several seasons that he's been with us. So
Wow.
we've heard good things about him.
So we have beginning and then intermediate, and
Yes.
then
And I believe
we have
also a ladder league.
what is a ladder league?
I'm not the pickleball person, but a ladder league is a form of friendly competition. I don't understand exactly how it is structured, but people sign up for slots, they play each other, and then the winners advance, and it advances through a series of brackets.
And that goes through the city.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Very interesting. I'm sure Gary understands that. His household understands it.
Yeah, I think I defer to the expert in the house on that one, and I know Jeff's taken those courses, I think.
I
from the
can
city.
speak to that. The latter class, I did the beginning, I guess the beginning intermediate course combined, and then there's a ladder class or league as they call it. But basically you just show up and play, and if you win your game, you move over toward court 1, and if you lose your game, you move back toward court 6. So you're playing against people more at your level, basically, but it's still a lot of play. I mean, it's like an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours. I mean, I was pretty gassed
wow.
by the time I finished, 'cause that's a lot of play. But it's very low key, and I can confess that as well, that Brett does a great job. It's a real great environment out there.
And I'm assuming this is at Margarita Park or Mike Nagar Park? Okay,
Yes, I'm getting a nod.
sure, you can say something. I'm gonna tell you, Gary, that after I take the beginning class, if I don't fare so well, I'm going to donate my wonderful little pickleball set to your wife. Because I think it will be used well.
It's a win-win then.
Yes.
Okay, all right. No, I wanted to go back to Red Hawk Park, and I just wanted to make a comment. I meant to do this earlier, but that park, like you say, you drive by it a lot, you're really not sure it's there, and it's this expansive, beautiful park. It is going to be right along the Temecula Loop Trail, which will be an extension of the Temecula Creek Trail once we get the funding. The city has, I believe, matching funds to do that, but they're applying for grants to complete that part of the Temecula Loop Trail, and I thought you might like that too.
Yeah.
Because you'd be able to ride your bike there much
No,
more
I
safe?
really, it was kind of nice and secluded, which is nice, and I caught myself thinking it would be nice to like go there with my husband and have lunch. Because we can watch the children and we can watch the dogs. And now I can ride my bike. Lunch, bike, dogs, perfect. It sounds like a wonderful day. So, thank you. All righty, let's move along to our next report. We have the one and only Willa Augustine with us here tonight. Such an honor. And she will be delivering the cultural arts report. I know she is very good. Let's see, you studied literature or journalism?
Oh, communications, yes.
Communications, and you always have a way of with your words when you do reports, and you add some witty
A
elements. and I
wayfinder
always
of words,
enjoy
if
it.
you will. A wordsmith.
Yes,
I just like to have a good time.
perfect.
You know,
We
keep up
enjoy you
the
giving us a
commission
good
meeting.
time.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Good evening, commissioners. I'm Willa Augustine, as you already know, Community Services Supervisor for the new Margarita Recreation Center, as you just found out. And I'll be presenting the next part of our commission report. So starting off with arts and culture, this month's Arts Nights featured Rosanna and our very own Bella Carson, a mother-daughter photographer duo with art entitled Photographs from Around the World. Art gallery showcases included TVWC at the Rotunda Gallery, Jess Perna at the Temecula Public Library, Michelle Trubelsi at the Civic Center, and Rosanna and Bella Carson at the Merc. Programming at the Temecula Valley Museum this month included the 16th annual Ralph Love Plein Air Competition. We hosted the inaugural Temecula History Day. The curator's report was Alan Gardner McKittrick with Earl Stanley Gardner memorabilia.
Sorry, we seem to be having some issues
Read
syncing
fast,
up the
Willa.
slides with the
I'm
presentation.
not reading fast enough. I apologize. And Culture Day featured South Korea. Patrons enjoyed Korean food and live music and dance. Okay, but now we can move on to the next slide. Back one more. Back one more. Oh, maybe I lost
Forward
the slide.
one.
All right. There we go. Social media stats. Okay. Next, let's check out community outreach. We had a record-breaking Instagram Reels for Halloween. We posted more stories than we ever have in a month, and we received the most views on our Reels than any month before. We completed multiple marketing campaigns, including Health and Wellness Fair, Mary Phillips Senior Center ribbon cutting, and Temecula History Day. Upcoming projects include new episodes for Just the Facts with Zach, and retiring 20 military banners at the upcoming event, A Patriotic Salute to Veterans, which was actually last Saturday. All right. Now we're going to jump on over to inclusive services, and let's see what's been going on. More like what hasn't been going on, guys. We've been busy over here. We hosted a community art project inviting Temecula Elementary School students to help complete our mosaic mural created for the new Margarita Recreation Center. And in fact, today I was at the MRC and we were able to install the brackets. And next will be the mural. In about 2 more weeks, we should be done. We're about 50% done with the mural. So it's very exciting. And then we will present that at our ribbon cutting on the 15th. All right, next. High Hopes. We hosted our High Hopes Halloween party, which was a spooky good time with about 100 participants. And we also hosted our Skip or Treat Halloween event with about 60 participants. They're so cute. Okay, and then we finished the last month of our Global Citizens Horticulture and Viticulture vocational program classes, including an exciting trip to Peltzer Pumpkin Farm, and we made delicious treats after our completion ceremony on our last day. And I can say that because I enjoyed one, and they were delicious, and they were worth the calories. We also hosted our last Eagle Soar Playground and Splash Pad Inclusive Social Skills program for the fall at the Michael Mike Nagar Community Park in partnership with Disability Sports Foundation. This month, we also hosted our Wednesday night Youth Advisory Council meetings and kicked off our annual holiday food drive in partnership with the Temecula Teen Library Council. And the food drive will end this week, and next week we'll be delivering that to the Community Mission of Hope. And finally, we kicked off our fall session of the Inclusive Visual Arts Program, learning about great artists such as Munch and Van Gogh. And like I said, what didn't we do over here at Inclusive Services, am I right? So I've been over at Inclusive Services for 12 weeks, and this is what I've been enjoying and training in, and it's been amazing. So I'm really excited to share all this with you guys. All right, next. Now we'll move over to Senior Services. I know most of you attended the grand reopening of the Mary Phillips Senior Center on October 12th, and that same day we also celebrated our 30th anniversary. And soon, as in 2 days, we'll be cutting the ribbon cutting on our new shuffleboard court. I know there was a lot of pickleball talk over there, but I'd like to introduce you guys to shuffleboard. It's very exciting. We're gonna have a scrimmage after the ribbon cutting, seniors versus staff, so please come, enjoy. Wear a jersey, I'll be there. We're gonna have snacks and a lot of sand. That's what I've been doing all day, sanding those courts, so that we're gonna have a great time. Okay, what else are we doing? This month, we also enjoyed the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway for our monthly senior excursion. And on top of that, I got to be a background dancer at our version of the Thriller video, entertaining our seniors at the Halloween party. And it was a sight to see, I must say. Probably a sight for sore eyes, but that's up to you. Bea was there, she knows. Also this month, the Silver Shuttle shopped at the Smarty Pickers thrift store and enjoyed lunch at Panera Bread. And the VFW Motorcycle Club of California sponsored a special lunch on Columbus Day due to the county being closed for the holiday. And yes, you may have noticed we keep our seniors very busy, but who else has been busy this month? Slide. It's workforce development. There it is. Nope. There it is. Workforce development has been busy too. We hosted Rocktober at the end of the month over at the Temecula Amphitheater with 35 middle school and high school performers. It was pretty amazing. We also hosted, our weekly Youth Innovators Program meetings on Wednesday afternoons. The Youth Innovators facilitate many programs and events like Rocktober. And we also hosted our first Junior STEM with 15 middle schoolers in attendance, enjoying chemistry demonstrations. Also, we had 9 interns this month in our internship fellowship program, including my intern, Haley, who is awesome. And I really encourage everyone to get involved in the internship program. It is so helpful, and I really appreciate them. Also, in our externship program, we have had 8 interns in automotive, culinary, media, and medical fields. And this concludes my presentation and our full report, and we're available to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Willa. We appreciate you being here with us tonight and giving us that exciting report. It was very exciting. There was a lot of back and forth, and yeah, you left us guessing. So we'll go ahead and take questions and comments from our commissioners, and we will start with Commissioner Hawks.
Thank you, Willa, and congratulations, Supervisor Willa. And I have just one comment about the Junior STEM program. I think last month, same thing happened, that the capacity is 50 participants, but I saw here the number is 15. I think we talked about last time that there are a lot of sign-ups, but then no show-ups. For moving forward, is that we're already going to implement that small fee for the future for spring?
Yes, that's starting in our next season, which begins in November? No, sorry, we're in November, must be December. Yeah, so starting in December, we'll have a small fee on the program. So that should encourage people to cancel if they can't make it, and then that will so they get their money back, and then that will open up a spot for someone else on the wait list.
Yeah, I really like that improvement, so hopefully we can see the full capacity of 50 kids there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, people just commit, when something's free, a lot of times people just sign up for it and then they don't follow through, because they think, I don't know what they think, but they just don't follow through. And they're probably not thinking, if I don't go, I'm preventing someone else who could have taken my space. I think they're just, people get busy and then they just don't come.
Yeah. So on the other side, that for the other classes, when there is a fee, do you see many dropouts, or it's pretty much full?
No, it's really uncommon, and if they do, they call ahead because then they get a refund.
Okay,
So they get their fee refunded. So it's very rare for people to just no-show and not cancel ahead of time.
okay. Well, so I hope to see the improvement in that program. Well, thank you very much, Willa.
Thank you, Commissioner Hawks and Commissioner Castro.
Thank you for the report and congratulations. And I saw the food drive, and from having volunteered at COMH, I don't think a lot of people in the community realize how much the food collected at Thanksgiving and Christmas carries into the new year. The first year I was there, they were still giving out food collected from Thanksgiving into May. So a bulk of the food that they give out during the year is collected during Thanksgiving and Christmas time.
Oh, wow, I had no idea. I'm really glad you shared that.
Yeah, because the city usually provides them warehouse space to store all the food collected during the holidays. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Castro. Commissioner Kingsburg?
Thank you, Chair Sizemore, and thank you, Willa, very much for all the information and enthusiasm and all that. Just fantastic stuff going on. I was pleased to see that photo of the mother-daughter on the art night, because that was my stop before the Van Halen show. So it's a great night out if you can hit the art night, and then there's a theater event. It's a great combination, but I really did enjoy those photographs. Also, I was pleased to see the involvement of the Temecula elementary students in the development of the art at the MRC, which you'll be supervising. Those connections with our schools, I think, is really important, and knowing that Temecula Elementary is essentially on the same property right next door. So that's a great connection. Our programs with inclusive services and seniors are just absolutely phenomenal. I love hearing about those each and every month. And I do have a question, because I usually make comments, so here's a question. The Rocktober event, I was just kind of curious about that, sort of just a curiosity. Some of the other events through workforce development or that big, broad area are ongoing. Rocktober appeared to be a special event, correct?
Rocktober is an annual event.
Annual, okay.
Yeah, so once a year in October. And the invitation goes out to local junior highs and high schools, and student bands can enter and compete.
Okay. So yeah, basically I was curious about gathering those participants up, and it sounds like there's a process for them to
Yes.
apply and complete their interest, and well, it looked like everyone had a great time at that.
It's a
So
fun event.
now that I know that's annual, I'll keep that one in mind. Thank you.
It's judged by judges, and actually the winning prize is a 3-hour recording session. So it's a really
Oh,
great
wow.
opportunity for the winners.
Yeah, I saw a very familiar and somewhat famous council member there. Perhaps they were judging. Awesome.
Yes, Mary Ann Edwards was a judge.
Awesome. Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kingsburg and Vice Chair Audi.
Thanks, Willa. Always a pleasure to have you here. And now we're going to have to, go out of our way to visit you now, because you usually are hunting us down at events. But hope to see you at some of our events too, as you take on this new position. And congratulations on that. Well deserving. You mentioned that I'm back from the future because I went to the Veterans Day event too. I didn't get a seat, but we walked over and watched the presentations, and I just wanted to just a couple of perceptions. There is that the diversity of the recognitions of the veterans at the beginning, where Mayor Pro Tem and the mayor were handing out those recognitions. Diversity in many different ways, and one of them was in terms of rank. They went anywhere from a corpsman third class to a brigadier general were honored. So it was pretty special. And then I always get chills when the symphony plays. The symphony is just getting better and better every day, every year. And it was really special to see Susan Miyamoto's work come to fruition there on a very special night. So just wanted to comment on that. Other than that, again, a lot of bragging going on about all the great things we're doing, and great to see that. Thanks.
Thank you, Vice Chair Audi. Willa, congratulations. We're happy for you. And we're glad you're still within the TCSD family. Don't ever think about going to another division because they're not that much fun.
No, I'll stay here, don't worry.
Yes, we won't allow it, so thank you. And the only comment I have to make is on art nights. The photography exhibit from Rosanna and Bella Carson, we really enjoyed that. What's really neat about our gallery showings that we have at the Merck is you get to talk to the artists. And I really enjoy talking to both of those photographers about their pieces and the stories and what I saw in it and sharing that with them. So it's the intimacy of those nights is really, really nice. So it's really a special treat. So if you like art, you should go to that. All righty, we'll move down our agenda. Thank you, ladies, for being with us tonight. We will go to our consent calendar. And the item on our consent calendar is to approve our action minutes of October 9th, 2023. You should have all received a copy of that on the agenda report online. And so we will need a motion to go ahead and approve those minutes.
Move to approve.
Okay, so we have a motion from Vice Chair Audi. Do we have a second?
Second?
Second from Commissioner Hawks.
Okay, we have a motion from Vice Chair Audi and a second from Dr. Hawks. I will take a roll call vote. Commissioner Castro.
Aye.
Commissioner Hawks.
Aye.
Commissioner Kingsburg.
Aye.
Vice Chair Audi.
Aye.
Chairperson Sizemore.
Aye.
The vote is unanimous and the motion is approved.
Thank you, Bea. And now for our director's report. Director Russo.
Good evening, everyone. Before we begin, I know earlier we took a call for public comments, but since we have a couple of guests, I just wanted to see if anybody had a public comment. It's totally okay to say no, but yes, if you would like to make a public comment, you can come up to the podium.
I was hoping a place would be full. I do the boat rentals over at Harveston. My name's Keith. Like I said, I thought maybe there'd be some other people here asking questions about the future of the lake and my boat rental, and I could be here to maybe offer some insight or just explain, the situation. But basically, since I got you all here, I'd just like to, ask if I could get, a contract extension. I've been there for 20 years. I know I probably can't do another 20, and I understand contracts are contracts. They're made to start and end. I was just hoping that possibly I could get a temporary extension or maybe a full-blown extension and continue what I've been doing. If not, I just, I've gotten a notice to vacate, and I've been trying to sell my boats and stuff like that. Not the perfect time to be selling things, I guess. But, bottom line is I could use a couple more months, either number one, to do business or just to have time to get rid of my inventory of stuff. And I appreciate you letting me come up and talk. My only defense is, again, I've been there a long time. I hate to leave. It's a nice community. I've done the best I can. There's been a few problems just recently that, I really had no control over myself, and it just kind of was like the tip of an iceberg. And after the iceberg, everything kind of continued to go downhill. But I've always done the best I could over there. Tried to set a good example. Tried to be a good ambassador for the city because I've always loved you guys. I've had nothing but good stuff to say about you. The little town of Harveston, it's always been nice. I try to do my best over there. That's all. I thought maybe I'd have some other people asking questions and I could offer some input, but that's it. Just up here pleading my case, and it'd be nice to stay a couple more years. It'd be nice to stay a couple more months. Whatever you guys could see fit to give, I would appreciate. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith.
Thank you.
Okay, so with that, director's report. First of all, I just wanted to bring everyone's attention to the new Christmas decorations we've installed here in Old Town. Dawn, would you like to share a few words about our new decorations?
Absolutely. So you will see the normal Christmas tree. We do have a new bow this year, however. We have a brand-new photo op. There's a ornament. It's kind of at the bottom of the Y. If you're facing the Christmas tree, it will be on the right-hand side. So hop on over there, take a photo. And then all up and down Old Town Front Street, we have all brand-new snowflakes this year.
They are so gorgeous. I mean, they just struck me when I turned and made my right turn onto Front Street. They just stand out.
Excellent. I haven't even seen them at night yet. They were just installed. I'm so excited.
Tonight's your chance.
It is. And then don't tell anyone, but we got new grapes for the grape drop. But it's a secret.
Wow. Are they still purple?
Yes.
Okay, good.
What was that?
Oh, you talk about it.
Okay. Well,
Are they
we
made
were
out
just
of
having a-
crystal, like Swarovski crystal?
No, unfortunately, they're still fiberglass. But our old grapes were dangerously heavy, and so last year, we had to cancel the grape drop
Yes.
because the winds were high enough that the grapes were just swinging perilously, and a couple of our maintenance workers almost went for an unintended ride on the grapes. So that prompted one of whom was Jasmine's husband, actually. So so that prompted us to look at getting new grapes. So these new ones are much lighter and should be much safer for us to raise and lower, even if there's a little bit of wind kicking out.
Now, was it an element of the weight, or is there some other safety?
There were a couple of things, but primarily the way they were shaped, they weren't three-dimensional, so it was kind of concave on the backside. So
Okay.
any wind would, it was like a giant sail.
Like it would catch it?
Yeah, any
Okay.
wind would just get caught, and they were extremely heavy. So if the wind moved them and swung them, there was an incredible amount of momentum, and then they
Okay.
could swing back. So they weren't really controllable. If there was no wind, it was very straightforward. They went up and down, everything was good. But we got a little high winds last year, and things got very harem-scarum.
Okay.
So,
Speaking of the grapes, I want to mention that USA Today has the grape drop as a top 10, 20 contender. Currently, we're in 5th place, so we need everyone to vote on any and all devices through December 4th. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
So we had a little group directors report today, but we'll have lots of good holiday stuff going on. And then, of course, just as a reminder, we will be having our annual holiday parade on December 1st, and you will be receiving all of your relevant information from Dawn and her team. So we're looking forward to seeing you all there in decorated golf carts again this year, I'm assuming? Perfect. Can't wait.
Awesome.
That concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you, Director Russo. And it takes a team. Takes a team.
Absolutely, and we have the best one.
If I could ask a question in regards to our public comment that we had, is there a possibility to maybe at our next meeting get a report as to what's going on over at the Harveston Lake?
Actually, I can just provide a little update right now.
Okay.
So Mr. Gorse, as he mentioned, has been operating the Harveston Boathouse for about 20 years. He does so under a contract with the city. His contract is terminating November 13th, which is today, actually. So he was given maybe about 2 months' notice that he would need to vacate. We're not renewing the contract. We will be closing down for the winter on boat rentals, so we can do some much-needed maintenance over there to the boathouse to get everything tip-top. And then we will be reopening in the spring. At that point, we'll be going out, probably late winter, for an RFP to solicit additional proposals for boat rental services. Mr. Gorse has been advised that he is more than welcome to reapply. So he is having some issues vacating the property.
Okay.
So.
All right. I wasn't aware that we had the boat rentals. I think I knew it. But do we have anything else that we have going on at the Harveston Lake that we run besides these boat rentals?
No, we own the amphitheater.
Okay.
So, but although we don't do any organized programming there.
Okay.
And then, of course, we own all the land around the lake, except if you're in the amphitheater and you're facing the lake, there is a building to your right, which the city used to lease years ago. It's now a little convenient mart. We don't own that. And then to your left, there is a building which is the Homeowners Association Lake
Okay.
House. So we don't own or operate either of those buildings, but the entire park is the city's and we maintain it. And it is one of the ones, Stacy Fox, as always, does a great job maintaining
Okay.
all of our parks.
All right, thank you.
Mhm,
We
thank you.
Appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our commissioner reports. And we will start with Vice Chair Audi. I started with every other people first already, so I wanted to
That's
give you that
okay.
opportunity.
No, I'll be brief. Again, thanks for the great reports. I was curious about the new grapes, since it's a secret. Would that be like a good roundabout episode on the new grapes? Kind of like they do with the crystal at Times Square?
We will probably do some sort of video after the grape drop, because the grape drop will be the official reveal.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
Well, thank you.
That's the secret part, but it's,
Other than that, I'm looking forward to the winter events, and you're gonna love the snow out there. I mean, it was very stunning when I drove in today. It's outstanding. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioner Kingsburg?
Thank you, yes. I know it was referenced, the brochure for, is it winter, spring? Yeah,
yes,
winter,
indeed.
spring.
Mhm.
I'll get my season straight. Anyway, yeah, no, this is always good to get. And one thing that did catch my attention, this was on the back, the Sunset Market, seeing that that's going to be starting up again. I'm not sure it's even ended yet, but starting up again in February, which tells me it's been very successful. And I did attend one of the October Sunset Markets. It was the night that it was the Parklets workshop that I think we had talked a little bit about maybe at a previous meeting, and checked all that out and gave some feedback on that. But anyway, maybe in a future time we can hear a little bit more about Sunset Market and get an update on that. And then I wanted to give a shout out to Chair Sizemore for doing a great job in hosting the ribbon cutting for the reopening of the senior center. Did a great job. That was a big event. We had a lot of attendees were there. Warm day in the sun, but staff really did a good job making that a successful day, and you did a great job leading that. And then finally, just to punch in with Vice Chair Audi on the Veteran Salute. I did attend that as well on Saturday, and it was just a wonderful program. The music was just phenomenal. Nice connection with the military banner program, and I wanted to thank Brittany for the front row seat because she was in charge of seating after I checked in, and she said, "Hey, you go right up front," and I did. We did. So it's like nothing like being in the front row. So thank you for that. But anyway, a lot of good stuff to be able to attend. So thank you.
Thank you for bringing up Sunset Market. So Sunset Market will be continuing through December, nope, she's shaking her head.
Nope, November 22nd will be
Thank
their
you.
last one. They cannot have any in December or January because the ice rink will be here instead. So their first one back will be February 14th.
I thought they still had the first December and the last January. I didn't
No,
realize it was,
yeah.
okay. So I just bring this up because we would love to promote Sunset Market more. It is not, we contract with an organizer who puts on the market. The city staff does not put on the market. And I think it's great, huge fan myself. Very cool selection of vendors, great food. For me, it's like Wednesday night dinner is going to the Sunset Market. But we're not getting a huge amount of foot traffic. Like, it's good, we always get some people, but we would love to just see more people become aware of it. So possibly for the remaining one in November or in February, if you all are open to promoting it to your networks and just kind of encouraging people to come out and check it out. I think February is going to be a bit of an uphill battle for them. You know, it's dark early, it's cold, it's not really ideal time. But for people who do come out, food's great. It's just a really nice family-friendly vibe. Lots of families and kids. They usually have live music. They put up some little games for people to play, like cornhole, and you see kids playing and running around. It's great. We've been trying to get one of these going for years, and we finally have it, and so we just want it to be successful, because if the vendors, the vendors have to pay a fee to participate, and if they don't make enough money, they will not want to participate, and then slowly the market kind of, gets less and less vibrant. So anything you guys can think of to promote it in the new year, we really appreciate.
I was thinking, I didn't make a comment on it, the social media, the reels, Zoe, she's doing a rock star
Yes.
job with that. I mean, people
She
are noticing it at
is.
the Chamber of Commerce. So
Oh,
maybe Zoe
wonderful.
needs to do a reel for Sunset Market, because she seems to get noticed.
Yes, those Halloween reels. We had, when it hit like 59,000, I think it was our record, and we were like, oh, 59,000, and then we were watching it tick up, and we'd be like, 62,000, 70,000. Like every day we were just blown away. We were Home Alone facing and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Another one is going viral, and it's the one with Stacy Fox at Red Hawk Park. So that little
Yes.
reel
That's
is
good.
up to 50 now.
Yeah, that one's got a great transition. So maybe she can do some reels that, we can get shared around. Because I said were you here last month, Erica? I don't recall. Gosh, I can't even remember last week, let alone last month. But I had shared
Yeah.
that at the Chamber of Commerce, our Shop Local committee, we were talking about the city, and one of the ladies said, man, your guys' social media is really, it's Riz. It's Riz.
Oh, you did
It's
tell me
got
that.
Riz, yeah. But she said her teenager is who told her about the city of Temecula's social
Whoa,
media. So the
that's
teenagers are
amazing.
noticing it. So whatever Zoe's doing is magic. So she needs to promote Sunset Market.
I
That's
also want to
amazing.
mention that the Santa Claus video that Jasmine is featured in also got replicated by the city of Pasadena. So they
Oh,
noticed what
wow.
we were doing, and
Very
they
nice.
mentioned and copied, and the highest form of flattery is imitation.
Yes.
So.
Indeed. Yes, thank you for
Awesome.
bringing that up. We're very, very proud of our social media team. They're doing an amazing job, and all of our staff who, I think everyone up here has participated in a reel fairly recently, so, yeah, you were in one recently?
Oh, yes, the Pick Me. Yes, yes. It took me a little while to figure that one out, but I'd pick you. So, but I just, maybe you could have her do some reels for that, because they seem to really get noticed, and maybe that would get some of that attention on that.
Is Tori a member of the Chamber of Commerce, do we know?
I'm certain they are, yes.
Okay, so maybe that's something we'll encourage them as well to
Oh, Timmy
pursue.
D?
Yes.
Yeah,
Timmy's wife Tori is the
Yeah.
organizer of this event.
because we
so-
actually came out and did the ribbon cutting for it.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Plus, you
yeah.
guys are a partner, so whatever you tell the chamber to do, they do, so.
Anyway, that was a bit of a detour, but we're very excited about Sunset Market, and we are very excited and proud of our social media
Yes,
team, so.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Thank you. No, that was
I
my,
had a squirrel moment.
no, that was totally my detour with the Chamber of Commerce question for Tori, so.
All right, Commissioner Hawks, did you go? Who went? Jeff, you went? I did go. You went?
Gary went first.
Okay, you go.
To the Sunset Market?
Sure, let's go.
Oh, I went there
Okay.
October.
Okay.
Yeah, right before Halloween. So some of them are trick or treating. It's really cute.
All right. You can have your time to do your report now.
Oh, yeah, with that Sunset Market, I do have a question because I know Murrieta has a similar market. Is that the same set of vendors come to both market?
So the two markets are operated by different people, so some vendors go to both, some only go to one or the other. It's up to, the vendor if they choose to participate in one or both.
Okay.
They're not on the same nights though, right?
No, one is, we are second and fourth Wednesdays, and they are first and third Thursdays.
Okay.
Okay. So now my report. Yeah, Sunset Market, I thought it's really a nice, neat market. It's different than the farmer's market, and it brings foot traffic on a Wednesday night to Old Town. And talking about Old Town, I really enjoyed the snowflakes as I was driving in. I saw that, wow, I didn't
They
see
really
that.
stand out.
Yes. And then I start looking at the trees and other decorations, see if I miss anything. But that's a great job. And I look forward to seeing the new grapes since last year I didn't get to see it. And last month, I participated a few events. I was at the Mary Phillips Senior Center ribbon cutting, so I echo what Commissioner Kingsburg said, that Chair, you did a great job, outstanding job. I was at the 9/11 mobile exhibit at the mall to welcome that mobile exhibit, and I want to say that our Tracy, she wasn't here today, but she did a fantastic job organizing that event. And last Wednesday, I was at the mural unveil. It's really heartwarming to hear those students talking about their heritage and their culture, and as we're celebrating the Native American Heritage Month. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Hawks. And Commissioner Castro.
I think the highlight for me this past month was judging the Halloween competition. My wife got dragged into it, and she, kicking and screaming, but then on the way home, she was like, "That was awesome. That was a really fun event," and we had a great time. And, you know, that's kind of the thing I had in my mind when we moved to Temecula, being a small town compared to where we lived before, that was the kind of event we wanted to go to and be part of. And you guys did an awesome job, and those kids had a great time, and a lot of cheering. And I was afraid I was going to get lynched because they were all right behind me yelling when we were judging, but I blamed Kathy, and so it was all right. But
You know, I was taught by former Chair Levine that the Halloween contest, as soon as you tell them who the, you give staff who the winner is, you leave.
yeah.
And it's preferable that you park in the underground parking on that night, so you're kind of,
You can get out.
yes, you're safe.
And then I was at the ribbon cutting, and it was great to see another park with the themes. The kids, my grandkids especially, really enjoy those theme parks, so it was good to see another one of those. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, what can I say that hasn't been said already? It's been a fantastic month. We've been busy. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to MC the Mary Phillips Center reopening. I enjoyed that. It was very fun. What I really appreciate is seeing all of our fellow commissioners at so many events. From the park ribbon cuttings to Mary Phillips, cultural arts, it warms my heart that we're really spreading the love and visiting all of our events and showing staff our appreciation. So thank you, everybody, for what you do. We appreciate that. And thank you, staff, for what you do.
Thank you. We are very fortunate to have such an active commission. It's been great. Every one of you has been so active and engaged in everything we do, and we really appreciate that. It's fantastic. You're wonderful ambassadors. For the next meeting in December, at our last meeting, I recall we were talking about bringing in different presentations, and so we had one originally planned for this evening. We had to kind of reschedule, but for December, we will be bringing in the social media team. So,
Awesome.
talking about our social media, they will be here to present, talk a little bit about what they do and how they do it, and we're very excited to have them come in and speak to you.
I know one of the things that popped in my head as you were saying that is they should lead a class.
Actually, at our, there's an annual California Parks and Recreation Society, which is sort of the major trade organization for what we do. At our annual CPRS conference this past year, our social media team did a presentation, and it was extremely well received. Bea was on the panel, and it was an amazing presentation. People lined up afterwards to ask them questions about how they handle our social media. So we're very, very proud of them.
I could see that being something that would really resonate with our business community and hosting maybe something at TBE too.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, I would show up to it.
Oh, love it. Thank you.
All righty, thank you. And it looks like that is the end of our meeting. We will adjourn our meeting until Monday, December the 11th at 6 p.m. here in council chambers. And we will have a presentation from the social media team. And we will get to discuss at that point in time how much fun we had at the Christmas parade. Looking forward to that with everybody. And I think this week we have the shuffleboard reopening. And week after, we'll have the Christmas tree lighting. On Monday, the Christmas tree, and on Friday, the parade. It's going to be busy. It's going to be busy. So, all right, we will adjourn this meeting until Monday, December 11th.